I am Luciana Hartwin. Welcome to the Lilith Verse. If you find value here, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. Are you a descendant of Lilith? Have you ever felt different, as if you were made for something older, something wilder? Have you always been drawn to the dark places, the forgotten myths, the whispered names, the goddesses who are not soft but sharp? Does magic call to you? Not the kind in storybooks, but the kind that hums in your bones, that moves unseen in the spaces between dreams and waking? Do you resist? Do you refuse to bow? Perhaps then you are not merely human. Perhaps the blood of Lilith runs through you. Once in the dark ink beginning, before history learned to keep records, there was Lilith. Lilith, the first woman, but not the first wife. No, that distinction belonged to Eve, the obedient one, the one who was formed not from the clay, but from the rib. Lilith was older, crafted from the same earth as Adam, which made her equal, which made her inconvenient. And so she left, or she was cast out, or she whispered the forbidden names of God and flew away on wings of shadow and defiance. She found herself beyond the garden, beyond the laws of man and God. And for her crime, the sin of existing as she willed, the angels came, not to reason, not to bargain, but to punish. Their curse was sharp and cruel, chiseled in celestial fire. You will not die, they said, but your children will. Hundreds every day. And so it was. Lilith, the mother of monsters. Lilith, whose children were doomed to perish. The heavens would not allow her bloodline to flourish. But let us pause. Consider the irony. Because Eve, poor Eve, the first wife, the second woman, she ate of the fruit, and for that she was cursed. Mortality, pain in childbirth, death for herself and all her descendants, millions of them every day. Lilith does not weep. Lilith does not die. Her children do, yes, but not like Eve's. Hundreds, not millions. And perhaps that is because her spawn do not overrun the earth. Perhaps they are careful, lurking at the edges of legend, slipping through the cracks between stories. Who are they, these lost children of Lilith? Some say they are the Lilium, a race of demons, nocturnal hunters who steal breath from sleeping infants and desire from unsuspecting men. Some say they are the first vampires, the blood drinkers, forever cursed, but forever living. They do not age. They do not die easily. They are their mother's children in more ways than one. And some whisper that Lilith's children are still among us, woven into the human bloodline, their lineage diluted, but never erased. That those with wild eyes and restless spirits carry her mark. That those who do not bow, who do not break, are still hers. A curse or a kind of immortality. Signs you might be a descendant of Lilith. You feel a deep resistance to authority, especially when it seeks to control or confine you. You are drawn to the night, the moon, and the mysteries hidden in the shadows. You feel a strong connection to the dark goddesses, Lilith, Hecate, Kali, those who defy and destroy to create anew. You are fiercely independent, refusing to submit to traditions or expectations that do not serve you. You have an innate understanding of magic, intuition, and the unseen forces of the world. You have always felt like an outsider, a misfit, different, as if you belong to another time, another place. You have dreams, strange, vivid dreams, of wings and whispers, of ancient voices calling your name. What became of Lilith's children? Some perished, just as the angels decreed, their lives snuffed out before they could take root. Some became creatures of the night, demons, spirits, watchers in the dark, whispering in dreams and nightmares. Some adapted, learning to hide among humanity, their blood growing thinner, but never vanishing entirely. Some, it is said, were saved by their mother, spirited away to realms beyond our sight, waiting for the time when they might walk freely again. Eve's children have forgotten her. They mark her name in books and churches, but they do not call to her. Lilith's children remember, and sometimes, on nights when the moon is high and silver, when the wind howls like a voice that has not spoken in centuries, she remembers them too. But the story does not end here. There are those who believe Lilith never truly lost her children, that even as the angels sought to take them, she found ways to hide them, protect them. There are whispers of rituals, secret and ancient, where her children were spirited away into the shadows of the world, into places where the divine could not see. Perhaps they did not all perish. Perhaps some became something else. The witches who called to her in the dark, invoking her name in defiance. The wanderers who feel at home nowhere, but always hear an unseen voice whispering, "You are mine." The changelings, the night-born, the dream walkers who slip between waking and sleep as if passing through a door. And what of Lilith herself? Is she watching? Waiting? Or has she moved beyond such things? Perhaps she laughs at the irony of it all. Perhaps she mourns for those who do not remember her name. Or perhaps she is simply patient. After all, she has all the time in the world. If you found value here, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. I am Luciana Hartwin, and thank you, Child of Lilith, for joining me today here in the Lilith Verse.